Hey, good morning. I am sorry we're starting a little bit later than what I anticipated today, but hey, happy Monday, right? I hope you guys are doing really well on the whole stay-at-home thing. If you are officially quarantined, I hope that you're able to kind of maintain your mental health, that you're able to do things to kind of keep yourself as low stress as possible. And if you're looking for some ideas there, blame it on the traffic. Yeah, the traffic inside the house. If you need some ideas on how to stay stressed, and Julie, it looks like you're the only one on so far. I was going to mention my stress management lunch and learn, but so far nobody's on. So let's give it a minute or so, see if anybody else joins us. I'm going to quick shoot a message out and make sure that everybody knows that we are currently live. Oh, we're up to 2 now. Oh, there you are. Good morning, Rachel. Good morning, Julie. We're going to give it just another maybe 30 or 40 seconds to see if anybody else decides to join us. And then we'll get started. If you don't already have a towel, if you feel like you need one, if you feel like you need a bottle of water, and I'd recommend that, make sure you have some water nearby. Good morning. Aside from that, I think that's the only equipment you're actually going to need. If you like having a mat to be on the floor, make sure you have a mat nearby, because we're going to be doing a little bit of floor work. If you need to clear a little room around, we're going to be doing just a little bit of agility stuff like we did last week. We won't need a ton of room, but you'll need a little room to move side to side, especially if you got some kiddos nearby. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start with a little warm up and agility work, and I'm probably going to adjust this a few times as we go. A little warm up and agility work. I'm going to be referring to my notes as we go. We're just going to start with a little knee hug, side to side. Get those ankles, calves, knees, hips going, stretched out a little bit. Start my timer. Whoop, wrong one. Keep going with those knee hugs. There we go. And from those knee hugs, we're going to go into wide step out, step in, step out, step in. Not a lunge, to really wide step, a little bend in the knee as you step and go, focusing on pushing off back to the center. Getting some more warm up done through the knees and through the hips, through the insides of the thighs, ankles, calves. Keep going with that, and one more. Good, now we're going to go lift up the foot and hold, lift up the foot and hold. Cradle that leg. As you do that, you'll find it's easier as the hips warm up to lift that foot up a little bit higher. One more. Great. In from that, we're going to go into just a little side shuffle. Staying up on the balls of your feet. A little bit of a quick motion side to side. Now we're going to build on that agility a little bit. If you know what a karaoke or a grapevine is, if you've ever done any jazz dancing or any Broadway dance, you'll know what a karaoke is. It's a crossover step. So we're crossing, forward, back, forward, back. Now, if you need to slow that down a little bit, if you're a little agility challenged, I know many people are, feel free to slow that down. If you can speed it up a little bit, great. Now, I went to school for theater, so I've got tons of experience doing the grapevine and the jazz hands. So feel free to throw the jazz hands in there if you need to. Moving from that grapevine, we're gonna shuffle to the side, fast foot, shuffle to the side, fast foot. Side to side, quick feet, side to side, quick feet. Side to side, quick feet, side to side, quick feet. Going back into that crossover step. One more to each side, and then shuffle to the side, quick feet, shuffle to the side, quick feet. Now, for those of you who played hopscotch as a kid, let's go into a little bit of hopscotch. We'll start feet together. We're going to move forward, out to the side, in, out to the side, in. Side, in, side, in, side, in, side, in. Single leg. From the hopscotch, we're going to go into a side-to-side hop, and I want you to really stick that landing, balance for just a moment. So rather than that immediate push-off, you have to focus on sticking right there, maintaining that balance for a moment before you switch to the other side. Really working a lot of those side muscles through the hips, getting through the glutes, the quads, calves and hamstrings, pretty much everything below the waist. One more to each side, and then back into hopscotch, single leg. Now, speed it up if you can. And pretty soon, before you know it, you'll be the best river dancer on the block. One more time, forward and back. Side to side hop, stick the landing. Four, three, two, one. Nice. Get yourself a drink of water real quick if you need to. Get your mat set up if you need to. We're going to be doing some work on the floor and standing. Now, first off, I'm going to adjust this a little bit so you can see what I'm doing a little bit better. We're going to start with a little standing work. You've done a wall sit, I'm sure. So we're going to find a wall, go down to a wall sit. I want you to make sure you're pressed back against that wall nice and firm because we're going to march the feet up and down. The closer you can keep your feet together on this, the better balance you're going to have. If you go too wide apart on this, you're going to notice the weight's shifting too much from side to side. You're going to have trouble staying planted against that wall. Now, it's not like you have a real long distance to fall right now, but still that would be awkward, even if nobody sees you. 3, 2, 1. Back up against the wall. Elbows planted against the wall, feet walked all the way. So my hips, my shoulders are against the wall, my elbows are against the wall. I'm going to push those elbows in to lift myself away from the wall, lower back down. Push it and lift away, lower back down. So this is an elbow push away from the wall. Now my elbows aren't completely down by my sides. They're also not completely out to the sides. They're a little bit out of 45-degree angle away from that wall. Push, lift away. Push, lift away. So you should feel a lot of activation here in muscles through the back, around the shoulders, around the lats, the latissimus dorsi, if you know where those are. They're the big muscles down along the sides of your back that give you that V-taper shape. Sometimes guys call them the Batman wings. Let's go 3 more here. 3, 2, 1. Good. Take a few seconds. Shake it out if you need to. We're going to go back and we're going to repeat that wall sit with a march and then repeat those elbow pushaways from the wall. Down into that wall sit. Get as low as you can confidently go. Notice I didn't say comfortable because comfort is relative. Keep your hips, your shoulders connected to that wall as you march those feet up and down. This is getting a lot through the quadriceps, those big muscles in the tops of the legs. Did you know that in those quadriceps, the word quad means four because there are actually four muscles in through that muscle group running through the tops of your thighs? I could tell you what they are. I don't want to get all blah, 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 science on you. But just trust me when I say there are four muscles there that are currently burning. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. A little more upright. Feet walked away from the wall. Hips, shoulders against the wall. Elbows off your body, about a 45-degree in the arm. We're going to push away from the wall and back. So when you do that push away, you should have full clearance away from that wall. Your back should be completely disconnected from the wall when you do that push away, back and hips. Again, you want to focus on feeling those muscles through the upper back, through the shoulder blades, through the lats. Push, return, push, return. 3 more. 3, 2, 1. Right on. Now, I'm going to move this just a little bit closer. We're going to go through that circuit one more time. Starting with that wall sit and march. Keep yourself really pushed back against that wall. Now with pushing yourself against that wall, feeling that low back connected to the wall right now, you may feel some additional activation through those abdominal muscles. And if you think, close your eyes and really think about those abdominal muscles, you might take your mind off your quadriceps right now. Four, 3, 2, 1. Back up. Feet walked away from the wall. Shoulders and hips connected. Elbows out at about a 45-degree angle from your sides. Push into the elbows and lift yourself away from that wall. Lower back down. Push and lift. Lower back down. Now, the farther up you get, the taller you get, the easier these are going to feel. The farther down you get, the more you've got to fight that gravity. So the more challenging it's going to feel. Find that happy medium where it doesn't feel too easy, doesn't feel too difficult, where you're challenging yourself. You need challenge to change. I know it's trite, I know it's a hokey little saying, but it's true. Your body adapts to stress, your body adapts to challenge. It's only when that stress is too much for your body to overcome that you wind up getting into overtraining. And if you want to hear more about overtraining, you can watch my stress management webinar, which I did on Friday, and it's available for replay right there on my YouTube channel. 2 more, 2, and 1. Right on. Get yourself a drink of water real quick if you need to. We're going to move into our next circuit of 2 exercises. These each are also going to be standing exercises. With this, I'm going to focus this down just a little bit so you can see what my feet are doing. We're going to take a step forward, reach down and touch, back up. Step forward, reach down, touch, back up. So when I step with the right, I'm reaching with the left hand. When I step with the left, I'm reaching with the right hand. So opposite-handed foot, reaching and touching. The technical term for that is contralateral. Blah, blah, blah. Science, science, science. Now, as you do this, as you reach down, I want you to notice how the hamstrings, those big muscles through the backs of the legs, and the glutes really want to engage. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, we're going to do an exercise that requires a hinged stance position. So notice I've got a slight bend in my knees. I'm bowed forward at the waist. It's like Ralph Macchio bowing to Mr. Miyagi when Mr. Miyagi says, "Look I, always look I," in the original Karate Kid. So I'm going to bow down. I've got that nice flat back. We're trying to look up at the corner of the ceiling. I'm going to go into a Y shape. I'm going to go into a T shape. I'm going to go into a W shape. I'm going to go into an L shape. Y, T, W, L. Okay? So you can see what I'm doing. Y, T, W, L. Y, T, pull those arms back. W, L. From front on, it's Y, T, W, tuck the elbows in, L, roll them back. Y, T, W, L. Y, T. The first couple of these probably feel a little on the easy side, but by this point, you should feel that tension starting to build from holding that proper hinged position. Tuck back, L. Squeeze through the glutes to help maintain that posture. We're going to go one more after this. Y, T, W, L. Good. Shake it out a little bit. Shake out those shoulders. Shake out those legs and hips. Grab a quick drink of water. We're going to go into that alternating step forward, touch down. Ready? Here we go. Step, touch, step, touch. And we're going contralateral. Opposite-handed foot are connecting. If you can't reach all the way down, that's okay. Go as low as you feel like you're able to. But what I want you to feel is I want you to feel that weight shift onto that forward foot. I want you to feel the feeling as if you're pushing the floor away from you when you come back up out of that step and reach. If you imagine pushing the floor away from you, you'll get some good activation through those hamstrings, through those glutes. Four, 3, 2, 1. Y, T, W, L. Assuming that hinged over stance with proper back posture. If holding this position is a little bit too much, let's lessen up that range or just come up into a standing. You'll still get the benefits of the Y, T, W, L. Why? T, W, L. It just won't feel as intense. W, L. Y, T, 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 W, L. Why? Because we like you. Y, T, W. One more. Y, T, W, L. Shake it out a little bit. Get yourself a little drink of water if you need it. We're going to go one more time through that, and then move on to our third set of 2 exercises. All right, ready? Here we go. Alternating step forward, contralateral touchdown. Step, step. Reaching opposite hand and foot. Feel that weight shift onto that forward foot. Imagine yourself pushing the floor away from you as you come back up out of that step and reach. Four, 3, 2, 1. Into that YTWL. Here we go. Find that hinged posture that you feel is holdable for you, whether it's down low, up a little bit higher, or standing up tall. Reach up into a big Y, out to the sides into a T, tuck the elbows back to make a W, roll back into an L. Y, T, W, 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 L. If you feel yourself starting to lose that posture, just reduce that range of motion up a little bit. Back into a little bit less intense position. Y, T. One more after this one. The last one here. Y, T, W, L. Right on. Get that mat out. We're going to do a little bit of mat work. I'm going to adjust that camera angle just a little bit. Oh, that looks like a nice little home, doesn't it? With those 2 lovely lights on. All right, so we're going to start here on the mat. Hands and knees on the floor. Plant the toes, lift the knees up. We're going to hold in what's called a box plank. Okay, so my knees are hovering just a couple inches above the floor. Keep that 90-degree bend in the knees. From here, if you feel like you're able to, I'm going to reach contralaterally. Right foot, left hand, and back. Left foot, right hand, and back. Right, left, left and right. Right and left, left and right. If that's a little too much for you, just hold in that box plank with those knees hovering over the floor. 4, 3, 2, 1. Right on. I'm going to angle this just a little bit so you can get a better sense of what I'm doing in this next exercise. I'm
I'm going to do what's called a blackburn. I'm going to cross my ankles. This is similar to that Superman or Batman exercise we did last week. I'm going to lift the shoulders up off the mat, bring my hands back behind my back. From here, I'm going to swing the hands around forward, in front, and back behind my back. The goal is to do this without your hands touching the floor. Keep those shoulders lifted up. Keep those feet up off the floor. Feel all those muscles from your shoulders down into your glutes, your hamstrings, even your calves. Engage in this exercise. 4, 3, 2, 1. Behind the back to finish up. We always finish the full rep, which is the entire range of motion. We're going to go back into that box plank or the box plank with a step. When you're ready, hands, knees on the floor. We're going to lift those knees up just a couple inches off the floor. When you're ready, if you feel like you're able to, step your right foot, move your left hand like you're going to crawl forward, and then immediately crawl back to that starting position. Keep those knees up off the floor, but just a couple inches. Don't let them get too high. 4, 3, 2, 1. Back down to the floor. Going into that blackburn. Ankles crossed. Lift up the shoulders and the feet from the floor. We're going to reach behind the back. Reach up and forward and back. Keeping those hands up off the floor as you go. Feel all those support muscles in the glutes, the back, the shoulders, the hamstrings. Really work to maintain that off the floor position. Now, as you do that, you don't want to shrug the shoulders toward the ears. I know it's tough to do, but think about keeping those shoulders pulled down as you go. 3, 2, last one. But not the last one, because we're still going to go through one more set of each of those once we each get a little sip of water. All right, ready? Hands, knees on the floor, plant the toes, lift the knees up off the floor just an inch or two, step forward, back, forward, back. If that's not your jam today, just hold in that static box plank position, but if you can do that crawl forward, even better. Four, 3, 2, 1. Nicely done. Moving into that blackburn exercise. Kind of like Superman. Ankles crossed, feet above the floor. Lift up the shoulders, hands behind the back. We're going to reach forward and out in front, and back behind the back. Forward and out in front, behind the back. Trying not to touch the floor. Again, feel those back muscles work. Feel those shoulder muscles work. The glutes. Don't try to touch your shoulders to your ears. Try to pull them down away from your ears. Four more. 4, 3, 2, 1. And behind the back to finish. Nice. All right. So there was about 20 minutes worth of strength. One final little segment before we stretch out. We're going to go into a little cardio endurance, which I know is everybody's favorite part. Now I need to get my timer set up on my phone here. I'm using the Gym Next Flex Timer. It is a free timer. I am not any kind of paid representative for them. I just happen to really like this timer. It works very well for me. So I've got 5 exercises. We're going to go through 3 rounds of 5 exercises, 30 seconds each exercise, with 10 seconds of recovery in between to transition to the next exercise. Keep your water bottle handy. I'm going to adjust this a little bit because I'm going back up into a standing position. I'm going to start my timer. We're going to go in 10, 9, 2, 1. Starting with knee skips. Skipping in place. Pushing up off the balls of your feet. Landing back down on the balls of your feet. Using those feet as the fantastic shock absorbers they were designed to be. 5, 3, 2, 1. 10-second break before we go into squat jacks. We're going to squat out to the side, jack up to the middle. Here we go, 30 seconds. Squat jacks. Go as low as you feel like you're able to go. If you need to reduce that range of motion, that's fine, but go as low as you feel like you're able to maintain. 10 seconds.
3, 2, 1.
And 10 seconds recovery. Going into hold your invisible ball. We're going to chop down to the sides, down to the side. Here we go. Down, down, down. Or you can lock your fists together and chop down side to side with those fists. I want you to feel like there's some force in here. Constant motion. Four,
3,
2, 1.
Rest.
Take a breather, 10 seconds. We're going into quick feet. We're quick feet here, quick feet center, quick feet side. Here we go. Left, center, side, center. Left, center, side, center. Five seconds.
3, 2, 1.
10-second break. Last one in this circuit. We did this last week. Superman takeoffs. Down low, up high. 3, 2, 1. Reach, jump. We're flying, but the goal here is to get up without your toes leaving the floor. Reminds me of the old TV show, The Greatest American Hero, where he kept trying to learn how to fly, but he couldn't quite do it. 5 seconds. I know, I just dated myself. 10 seconds recovery. Back up to the top of that circuit, starting with skipping in place. 2, 1, skip. Or if you want to do the running man, you go ahead and do the running man. That's about the only dance move I know. 5 seconds. 2, 1, 10-second break. Into squat jacks. 5, 2, 1. 10. 3 seconds. Time. 10 seconds rest. Into chops. Either holding your invisible ball or locking your fingers together. Here we go. Chop, down, down. Chop, chop. Ten seconds. 3, 10 seconds recovery. Into quick feet, left center, right center. Ready? Here we go. Quick feet. Center, right, center. Left, center, right, center. Left, center, right, center. Left, center, right, 5 seconds, center, left, 10 seconds, recovery. Into Superman takeoffs. And then we got one more round through all that. Ready, here we go. Superman. Ten seconds. 5,
3, 2, 1.
There's 10 seconds recovery. Back up to the top. One more time. 5 exercises. Then we're going to stretch it out. Starting with skips. Or, like I said, the running man. Ten seconds. 5 seconds. 10 seconds recovery. Squat jacks. Number 5. Here we go. 10 seconds. 5,
3, 2, 1.
time. 10 seconds recovery into chops. Either fingers interlaced or holding your invisible ball. Here we go. Chop, chop. Ten seconds. 5, Time. 10 seconds recovery. Last one. Oh, I'm sorry. Quick feet. Quick feet.
3,
Left center, right center.
1.
Here we go. Center, right, center, center, left, center, right, center, left, center, right, center, left. 10 seconds recovery. Last one, superhero takeoffs. In 3, 2, 1, here we go. Ten seconds. 5,
3, 1.
time. All right. Nice work. You know who I'm talking to. Get a drink of water. Wipe off some sweat if you need to. We're going to do a little stretching out. I want you to find a spot by the wall. We're going to go contralateral. Remember, that means opposite-handed foot. One hand on the wall to balance. The other foot, inside foot comes up. Grab it with the other hand. Pull it up toward your butt. Knees stay in the same plane. We're not reaching way back with the knee. That's going to increase your chance of tearing one of your quadricep muscles. It would not feel good. We're going to hold here. Stretch out those quadriceps that we've worked quite a bit today. Usually when you hold a stretch, you want to hold it for at least 20 seconds. 20 to 30 is great. If you feel like you want to hold it longer, awesome. But let's switch sides now. Balance up against the wall. Contralateral. Right hand, left foot. Pull that heel up toward your butt. Keep your knees in the same plane. Stretching out that quadricep. All right, I'm going to adjust my screen positioning just a little bit here. We're going to go side stretch against the wall. One hand on the wall. Inside foot crosses to the outside. Reach overhead. Try to touch that wall with the opposite hand if you can. And slouch that hip out a little. You want to feel this stretch starting here. It's going to eventually go up into here and down into the side of your leg. Same thing, other side. Stretching the calves. We've used those quite a bit today. One foot back behind you. Keep your foot flat on the floor. Step forward and lean into this. You want to feel that stretch down here. Switching feet. Means you're stretching the other, ooh, tight the calf muscle. Stretching out, very important after you exercise. To keep those muscles mobile. It doesn't necessarily help eliminate soreness. However, it does help improve your range of motion. We're going to ragdoll down, just reach for the toes, relax into it. Stretching out those muscles through the back that we worked. All right, roll that up nice and easy, not too fast.
All right. Everybody, thank you for joining me today. You did great work today. Hope you have a great day. Tomorrow, about 8 o'clock, we're going to go. And tomorrow's workout is going to be strength training that's specific for runners. That doesn't mean everybody can't benefit from it. But if you know a runner, this will be especially applicable to them. So look forward to that. Also, keep an eye out for my Lunch and Learn coming up on Friday. We're going to do stress management part 2, and we're going to specifically focus on managing your mindset to help reduce stress, especially now during this really anxious and stressful time that we're going through in Wisconsin and around the world, and in every state of the country. So hope you have a great day. Be well, drink plenty of water. Bye.